Hey everyone, my name is Danny and welcome to my channel. If you would like to see how I achieve this look, then stay tuned. To save time, I did my brows off camera. Now I will be going in with the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Fawn. What I like to do is just tap that concealer underneath my eyebrow. This technique allows me to place concealer underneath without getting it in my actual brows. Now I will be using the BH Cosmetics flat brush, and basically I just go in and move the concealer to any gaps or missed spaces that I didn't get while I was tapping in that concealer, and I just shade it to where I can conceal my brows how I would like them. Sorry about the lighting here. Once you know better, you do better, and I won't be using my front camera anymore. Now using Ruby Kisses Pure Mineral Concealer in the shade Chocolate Brown, I just like to take that concealer and place it above my brow. I'm really not a big fan of highlighted brows, so I use this shade because it's closer to my skin tone. And using that same flat brush, I'm just pulling down that concealer, and I will also blend it out. Using the e.l.f. concealer brush, I will now blend out the concealer that I just placed above and beneath my eyebrows. This is literally one of my favorite brushes, y'all. It blends out so beautifully. You can find it at Walmart, Target, or you can order it online from e.l.f. And I mean, just look at those brows. Yes, honey. To prime my eyelid, I am using the Makeup Revolution Concealer in the shade C12. I really do love this concealer because it does dry down matte, and I found it at Ulta for $7. Now, using that same concealer brush, I'm just blending out that concealer to give myself a flawless eyeshadow base. Now for the fun part, y'all. I will be taking the Zulu palette by Juvia's Place, using the e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush, and I will begin to pack that pink shade onto my eyelids. And y'all, I love Juvia's Place palettes so much. They are so pigmented, and I'm not sure why I slept on them for so long, but these are easily becoming some of my favorite palettes, and they are very affordable. Now going in with the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette, I will be using the brick red shade to place into my crease to deepen it up. I'm sorry, I'm not sure of the exact name, but I will have all of the names of products and brushes I've used down below in the description box. Now going in with this fluffy blending brush, I will be blending out some of that brick red shade into the pink. It was just a little too harsh for my liking, and I wanted to make the blend between that shade and the pink shade a little bit more subtle than what it was. I can easily get carried away with my blending sometimes, so you'll see me go back in with that brick red shade back into the crease to deepen it up a little bit more. Now taking this blending brush that I got from a brush set from Amazon, I will begin to blend out some of the pink. Okay, now using a similar brush to the one I used for the brick red shade, I will use the black from the palette to place on the outer corners of my eyes and blend it into the crease. And just a tip, when you're using black shadows, you have to be really careful. With black being as dark as it is, it's so easy for it to overpower the other colors you use for your eyeshadow. Going back in with the same concealer I used to prime my eyelids, I will use it to cut my crease. Using the shader brush, I found that it's easier to place a concealer on the brush, then placing it on my eyelids and looking up. The look up technique allows you to find the perfect landmark where you want to cut your crease, but I typically like to go a little bit higher. That way, when I'm looking directly at people, they can still see my cut crease. Now going back in with that same brush and that black shadow, I will begin to blend in the black into the cut crease area. When I was cutting my crease, I did lose a lot of the black at the top and on the outer corners, so I will be taking that black shadow and just adding it back. Once I add in the shimmer, the look will start to pull itself together. Using the flat brush from that same Amazon brush set that I was using earlier to blend out the pink, I will begin to place that shimmer on the brush and add it to the cut crease area. I don't know about y'all, but I'm all for hyping myself up while I'm doing my makeup. I did do my eyelashes and eyeliner off camera, but now I will be going in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Matte Primer and just patting that all into my face. I really do love this primer because it dries down matte and you can definitely see a difference after you place it in. For foundation, I will be using the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Foundation in Warm Tawny. I believe that's how you say that. The pump on my foundation broke off, so I'll just be taking that foundation and placing it all over my face using my finger. And y'all, this foundation is so good. You can find it at Walmart, and it's very affordable, and it also blends out beautifully, and you will see that I blend it out using the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And I guess in the perfect world, I would be doing the blending of my foundation with my wig on already. But honestly, what girl wants to have to lift up her wig and blend out her foundation? I always do my makeup, especially my foundation, with my bonnet on, and I will continue to do so even on YouTube. Now I will be going in with the Makeup Revolution Concealer in the shade C13, and I will be placing this on all of the high points of my face. So underneath my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, my forehead, my cupid's bow, and on my chin. And then I will go in with the Makeup Revolution Concealer I've been previously using to place on top of the concealer I've already placed on my face, just to give myself an extra highlighted look. So I'm waiting for that concealer to dry down a bit before I start blending it out. And shout out to my friend Caleb Jackson. I was listening to his and Hers playlist on Apple Music. I will link it below because it's a good playlist. It's full of good vibes and a lot of great songs. I'm using the beauty blender that I ordered from Amazon to blend out all this concealer. And y'all, take your time when you're blending your concealer. Like, if you have to blend for almost 10 minutes, then do that, because this is like one of the most essential parts of your makeup, I feel. And if you don't take your time, then it will show. Now using the Black Radiance Concealer Stick in the shade Dark, this is what I'll be using to contour my cheeks, the sides of my nose, and the perimeter of my forehead. I've had this concealer stick for almost 2 years and it is bomb, y'all. I got mine from Walmart, but I know that Dollar General also has them and they're no more than $2, $2 or $3. Then I will be using that same beauty blender that I used before to blend it out. Then I will use the e.l.f. contour brush to blend out the concealer stick that is placed on my nose. I honestly believe that this is my favorite part about doing my makeup because, I mean, look at that cheekbone. My face is snatched, period. Now using the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, I'll be using that contour shade and an angled brush just to set all the places I contoured my face. I do have oily skin, so anywhere that I put a cream or concealer, I have to set it. Now taking my Ruby Kisses setting powder in yellow and Black Opal setting powder in medium. And what I like to do is I like to put both of these powders in a container and mix the two of them. And this gives me the perfect setting powder shade. I haven't tried to find a different setting powder shade. So this is what's been working best for me, and this is what I like. So this is what I've been using. And I will be baking slash setting my face and all of the areas that I placed the concealer. Like I said, I have oily skin, so I have to set my makeup in order for it to last. As you can see, I'm still setting my face in certain areas. I like to place the setting powder around my mouth because sometimes my foundation can separate, and by setting my face in those areas, I decrease my chances of my face creating smile lines. And I also like to set my brows because, like I told you, my skin is oily and I hate to see smudgy smearing eyebrows. And then I like to also clean up my contour line by placing the powder underneath where I contoured. After a few minutes of letting that setting powder bake on my face, I like to take my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush and blend out and wipe away all the excess powder that's on my face. And y'all, this is another one of those you have to go get brushes. I got this from Walmart, I'm sure. If not, I got it from Target, but I love all of my e.l.f. and BH Cosmetics brushes. Like, these are the only ones I use. Now using this Ruby Kisses eyeliner in the shade Very Black, I will line my waterline, and then I will go in with my Ego Tools Duo N brush using the blending end and go back into that pink shade that I used to pack on to my eyelid when I first did my eyeshadow to blend out underneath my eyes, and then I will go back in with that black shade as well to set the eyeliner I placed on my eyes as well. For blush, I will be using the Maybelline Fit Me blush in the shade Peach, and I will be taking the powder brush from BH Cosmetics, and I will be using it to apply the blush into my face. I also like to add blush into my nose. I guess it just gives me a little pop of color. I can't really give you a real reason as to why I do it, but I do it, and I love how my makeup always turns out. Now, to get rid of my powdery looking face, I will be using the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I just spread it all over, and then I kind of like to let it sit for a second or two, and then I like to fan it dry. Now for my favorite part of makeup, I will be using the Maybelline Master Chrome Highlight in the shade Molten Rose Gold, and using this highlight brush from that brush set I ordered from Amazon. And what I like to do is I like to place a little bit of highlight on my cheeks, my cheekbones, the bridge of my nose, and my brow bones. And then I will take a little bit more of that setting mist and I will spray my face just to give my highlight a little pop. Now to finish off my makeup, I will be taking the NYX Lipliner in brown and lining my lips. Then I will use the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Ginger Snap. Then I will top it all off with my Black Radiance Brilliant Effects Lip Gloss in the shade Lovesick. All three of these are a personal fave of mine, and I cannot use one without using the other two. Once I am done with my lips, I will be completely finished with my makeup look. Alright guys, here is the final look, and thank you so much for tuning into my first video. If you like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next video.